painting is how I'd like to remember my dad. He's in a good place with friends and family surrounding him now. Now he's parked his Harold's Happy Bus outside the RAF base in Nicosia, having a good time outside the pool, playing chess with me and having drinks and fun and laughter with all the family. He always looked on the bright side of life and lit up the room wherever he went, telling his funny jokes and stories to anybody that would listen. So here you can see my dad standing tall and proud in his RAF uniform in front of the RAF fighter plane ready to take off to a heavenly place. The fighter plane is called the White Knight Checkmate because he loved his chess on horse racing and placing bets at the bookies with his 5p accumulators. He's always been a fighter and he fought all his life against his medical conditions and was the most positive person I know. He liked doing DIY and taught me to decorate, plumbing and electrics. He also taught me how to drive. He's in a good place now, looking down on all the family with a smile that can light up the place. Now me and my dad like the song Always Look on the Bright Side of Life and Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way because me and my dad did. So Harold Allen Matthews was born on the 27th of March 1940 at 123 Crescent Road, Crumpsall, and died on the 4th of January 2020. He's one of 3 children of Dorothy May Matthews Shaw and Harold Matthews. His brother was George and his sister was Ivy. Now Harold grew up in Moss Side during the war years, living at 277 Great Western Street. Now he remembered sitting on the wall in Great Western Street and a Messerschmitt was strafing bullets down the street in front of him. His mum grabbed him and brought him in. Now also one job he had when he was a kid was taking clean clothes to the laundry in a basket. He came hurtling through the gates and knocked over the managing director into the coal pit. And his dad nearly got the sack for that, as he worked there as well. Now, he used to wash Frank Swift's car, the Man City goalkeeper, after he got caught pelting snowballs at his car with his friends. Frank Swift grabbed him by the scruff of the neck and my dad said, "You have to wash my car now." And my cheeky dad said, "I'll wash it for you for a few shillings." After that, he washed the car every week and Frank Swift took him to the football games and sat on the players' bench. Also, Harold saved the life of a man who was drowning in Southport Sea when he was 11 years old. And he was on holiday with his mum and dad and saw a line of men trying to reach the drowning man. My dad took off his clothes and swam out and brought the man back to shore and saved his life. Now my dad was a local hero for this and was well known in Northern Moor. Now Harold's first job was an apprentice printer in a gold blocking and printing company in Manchester in 1955. His next job was a copy boy for the Manchester Evening Chronicle, and my dad helped to do the reviews of the new film releases as well as taking his mum to watch films with him eating sweets and ice creams. Now one day my dad was messing around with a picture of Libby's milk and put Liberace's face on a baby with his bottom showing. He found its way to the print rooms and got printed for that nice edition for a joke. Soon phone calls came flooding in, threatening lawsuits and all the papers had to be recalled. The editor got me dad in the office and said, "Although the picture was amusing, heads need to roll and guess who dead it is?" And my dad probably got the sack. Now, my dad then got a job working in the Claremont pub in Moss Side as a waiter. He used to be posh back then, in Moss Side. Now, his next job was a trainee reporter for the Sporting Chronicle. And he used to go to the race meetings and mix with celebrities and jockeys and write up reports and used to get inside tips. And one time he won £500, which was a lot of money back then. Now his next job was a painter and sign writer for Bonds Limited, and he was an accomplished sign writer and learned how to produce colours from the wild. He then joined the RAF in 1958 to 63, and he was a gunner and a peacekeeper in Cyprus. Now one task my dad had was to guard Archbishop Macarius III. Now my dad was looking through the chateau window, seeing Macarius playing chess alone, when Macarius opened the door and said, "Do you like to play chess?" And my dad said yes. And Macarius invited him in and he played chess with Archbishop Macarius III. He beat me dad, and that was my dad's claim to fame. Now, another occasion, he was bolted to the undercarriage of a plane for 2 days in a plastic bubble, trying to find a downed plane in the sea. And it was mentioned in the Manchester Recorder, and this was before technology. It came out stinking to high heaven because of all the sweat. Now, also one time he was guarding an airport in Cyprus, and there was an air raid and he was shot through the kneecap. His best mate Paddy died in the raid as well. Now, he was also part of the RAF diving team in Nicosia. He was an accomplished diver and swimmer. And as you can see, there's a diving board there where my dad's going to be jumping off it. Now, Harold then met the love of his life, Hilda, of 58 years of marriage. They had a son called Colin, who tragically died in infancy, and my mum and dad was devastated. Now, Harold then left the RAF to become a welder for AEI in Manchester as an apprentice welder. He became an expert specialist welder and travelled from Winsford to Manchester every day, hitchhiking and sometimes walking all the way. Would have took him hours to do that. Now, he then got a job working for James Farmer Norton, making washing machines. He was a trade union rep and got pay rises for all the staff there. Harold and Hilda had Suzanne in 1964 and then me in 1968. He then moved to Australia on a £10 ticket for a job as a welder for the Broken Hill Prop Company shipbuilders. Used to call us £10 bombs then. Now, on one occasion he was welding and he came outside and the ship caught fire, slid down the slipway, turned over and sank. Now, my dad thinks he was in the same location where he was welded, so my dad may have sunk a ship. No, it couldn't be proven though. Now, he was a trade union rep at the shipyard and he went all over, he went on strike and he went all over Australia raising funds for the cause and secured pay rises for all the staff at the shipyard. Also, his claim to fame was welding the pinnacle of the Sydney Opera House in high winds before it was topped out. Now, he got pneumonia after coming out of the bilges of the ship and nearly died, and he was given 6 months to live by the Australian doctors, but he was still going strong until he was 79. Not bad for a rusty old gate, which is what I used to call me dad. Now, he gave the welding job up and became a self-employed ice cream man selling ice creams, and he was in competition with a big firm and had lots of fun, beating them to the customers first and making lots of money. He had a lot of fun doing that. He then saved up enough money to get home with the family and went back to England in 1972 on a ship home. He then got a job as a driver for National Coaches. He loved this job and he got to tell his funny jokes to holiday makers and make people laugh. He loved that job. He was known as Big H and Harry, and he liked playing chess, going to the bookies, and loved watching cowboy films and watching the Duke, John Wayne. Now, he met his best mate Alec, and they used to drink in the Claremont pub, the Loud Club, the Beehive, Man City Club, Kringlewood Club, Carter's Arms, Gardener's Arms, and had fun and laughter wherever he went. He then got a job as a conductor on GM buses at Princess Road Bus Depot. He was then a driver and then worked in the cash rooms. Now, due to his medical conditions, he got locked in the safe room and they had to cut the heavy steel doors off the safe room to get him out, and he got pensioned off in 1992. He loved that job on the buses and he got to speak to people and make them laugh. Now, Harold has his ups and downs and suffered with his medical conditions, but he's always looked on the bright side of life and always wanted to make people laugh and be happy. He loved Hilda, me, Suzanne and all the grandkids, Emily, Charmaine, Thomas and Daniel and all the great grandkids. Hilda, his wife for 58 years of marriage, was the love of his life and she looks after him and was there for me dad through thick and thin. My mum nursed him through the good times and the bad and looked after him, and she loved him with all her heart. Now, if my dad was to stand here in front of you today, he would say, always be positive and look on the bright side of life. Enjoy life and make people laugh, because laughter turns a negative to a positive. So, my dad, my guiding star, my best friend has passed away peacefully. I love you, Dad, with all my heart. You always looked on the bright side of life. You brought fun and laughter to everybody you met. You lit up the room with your funny jokes and stories to tell, with your bright positive nature. You were and are an inspiration to me. Your life's love and light will live on in me, and I will always remember how kind and funny you were and brought happiness in my life. Your memories will live on in my heart. You were the best dad I could ever wish for, and I will try to take a leaf out of your book and always look on the bright side of life. You and I liked and laughed at the song By the Life of Brian, and you liked the song I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra, because you and I did. Rest in peace, Dad. Love you forever. Love you, Dad.